Hello, guys, and welcome to News of the Week. On this week's episode, I'm talking about Baby Reindeer. I watched Baby Reindeer because I'm interested in seeing what the youth of today are interested in, and it's trending number one on Netflix. The one thing you don't want to be as you grow older is this old fuck who lives in the land of nostalgia. There's people my age who listen to guitar-driven rock and roll music. That's how deluded they are. Rock's been dead since 1996. Get over it. So when I hear about something that sweeps the world like Baby Reindeer has, I'm interested. And I watched it. I watched it all in 2 days. The fact that I watched it at that speed suggests that it's good. And I think it is good. You know, it's really, really, really well written mostly. Baby Reindeer is about a struggling comedian who starts being stalked by a fat woman. But as we delve into the series, we kind of start to learn about why he kind of almost enables this toxic behavior from this big fat woman. And that is a major red flag. That's a major problem because Exhibit A, Garden State. Exhibit B, The Whackness. Exhibit C, Adventureland. Exhibit D, any movie with Jesse Eisenberg. Exhibit E.
One moment.
Shut the fuck up, cunt. I have just listed out coming of age movies about tortured males who feel that they are internally special and who are struggling with their mental health. And the whole movie revolves around them acquiring a woman who will save them. This ain't 2009 no more. We kind of aren't allowed to make art like this anymore. But somehow this guy Richard Gadd has done it. How's he done it? He's plopped a trans woman into the plot. He's gotten raped by a fella. He's subverted gender roles by having a female fat stalker. I know what you're going to say. Oh, that was true. That really happened. And I'm like, I don't know if it did. And hear me out here. At the beginning of the series, it said, this is a true story. And I go, what the fuck? It didn't say this is based on a true story. First of all, that's an incredibly dangerous precedent. Because this is a true story, it has to be totally true. Based on a true story gives you that bit of leeway. What's crazy about this is that the guy who plays the struggling comedian who gets stalked and has his life ruined is the comedian who got stalked and had his life ruined. And guess who he reminds me of? He reminds me of me. Do you realize how embarrassing that is? I'm 33 years of age. He's 34 years of age. I spent my 20s pursuing show business unsuccessfully. He spent his 20s pursuing show business unsuccessfully. Scenes in the series of him bombing on stage. You know who else has bombed on stage? This guy. I'm going to read this out because I wrote it on my phone earlier. And it's just so true. Most people don't know what it is to bomb on stage. It's the most remarkable feeling to be publicly shit at something you're trying really hard at. It honestly might be the most valuable thing I have to offer the world. It changes who you are. To people outside of this world, you might find it unbelievable the lengths to which somebody is willing to go to, what they're willing to accept, what they're willing to endure in the pursuit of fame. Guys, it's real. And this culture that we have where people are enamored with this pursuit of attention, of views, is just incredibly juvenile. And you can tell this actor in real life has been through the mill. Look at his fucking face. He looks awful. And this guy has grafted. There's videos of him on YouTube from 2009 bombing. If anybody deserves success from sort of like a work ethic, grafting it out perspective, it's Richard Gadd. All the evidence is there, guys. The guy sucks. There is gratuitous use of voiceover. We're supposed to show, not tell. He tells through voiceover, and it's a little weak, writing-wise. And another unbearable cliche in Baby Reindeer is when he has moved into a new apartment, and he's like the lost protagonist male, and he's got fucking this exact haircut, and he is sort of surrounded by all this crazy wildness around him, and he's looking into the camera. That is completely cliche. Like, this society that we live in is not particularly friendly to men's mental health, guys. Read the room, Richard. At the start of the series, the girl comes into the pub. She asks for a tea or something. She doesn't have any money, and he gives it to her on the house. At the end of the series, he comes to understand the stalker, and he goes into a pub and he forgets his wallet, and the handsome Irish guy behind the bar offers it to him on the house, and he looks at the handsome Irish guy as if to say, just before the credits roll, as if to say, I'm going to stalk you now. It's leaving the audience open to a second series if it does well on Netflix, which it has. We are getting a second series. Again, I hate that, because you said it was a true story. Did you stalk somebody? Should we be calling the police on you? He's been on the independent comedy scene. It's enough to kill anybody's spirit. When he got this opportunity for Netflix, he said, say it's a true story, not it's based on a true story, because that will increase the grabbing power of this story. That doesn't sort of reek of integrity. You know, the series kind of flashes back to this period he had while in acting school, blah, 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 or something like that, where he bumps it. He's doing the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. This producer takes him under his wing, improves his show, promises him the world, ends up taking loads of drugs with him, and then eventually gives him LSD, and then he freaks out on LSD, so the guy gives him this like Valium shit that he passes out on, and then he fucking rapes him. I mean, what about a national investigation at this point? Every producer, remember in the Holocaust when like the Jews had to line up and they all had to like do stuff, like they all had to line up and have a number. We should do that for TV. I mean, I'm not saying this, but like imagine a world where we did that for TV executive producers. I mean, they all seem to be pure fucking Harvey Weinstein scum, the way they're being portrayed in media these days. I'm becoming radicalized against TV producers. It seems like they're all rapists, and would that be a net positive or a net negative if we did that as a society? I'm asking the question, YouTube. I'm not making any definitive things. But it's just like, holy shit, is the sleazy TV producer trope true? If so, we need to get rid of these motherfuckers. The guy's world seems to revolve around women. He's dating a girl, they broke up, he gets stalked by a woman, he meets a new trans woman, they break up, and it's breakup, breakup, breakup. It's a juvenile theme, we don't need to hear more about this. We've seen enough of this in society. Guys, girls aren't going to solve your problems. Guys, self-improvement is going to solve your problems. And guess what? Plot twist, no it's not. Only thing that can solve your problems is God. And you are nowhere near that. So you're fucked. If it's a true story, why did you use a fake name for your character? Your name isn't Donald Dunn. Your name is Richard Gadd. So it's based on a true story, it's a true story. If it's a true story, why did this big viral moment not really happen? You didn't get famous. I never heard of you. It seems to have kind of happened, but it happened as part of a choreographed show. It wasn't some outburst that you did after a show didn't go well. In defense of stalkers, I stalked my ex-girlfriend. I broke up with a girl in 2018. I thought about her every day till today. I've contacted her maybe 4 times in 5 years. If I had my way, I would have contacted her 4,000 times in 5 years. So the only difference between me and a proper stalker is I have inhibitions. I'm a coward. I have fear. So we're all psychos really deep down. We're all points on the same. We talk about gender as a spectrum. Being a psycho is a spectrum. We're all on it. But this fat actress is born to play this role. And the first 2 episodes are actually thrilling. They're so good I almost turned it off. I was so disturbed and afraid. And after that, the phone beeping and he's being stalked, and the phone ringing and he's being stalked, and the voicemails and he's being stalked, and the emails and he's being stalked began to lose their punch. But this guy has gotten this thing to Netflix, and he has achieved every self-indulgent, tortured genius style guy's ultimate fantasy. How do I know this? Guess who didn't achieve that? You know, the rape scenes are really fucking dark. I mean, the thing's kind of problematic because it kind of implies that the reason why he turns gay is because he was raped by a producer of comedy. But yeah, it was a pretty good show. I loved it. I think season 2 will be crap. This guy reminds me so much of me. I know exactly where it's going to fall short. The writing's not going to be good enough. But anyway, thank you so much for watching News of the Week. That was my thoughts on Baby Reindeer, the new hit show by Netflix. Cheers, guys.